What's going on, YouTube? We made it in time. Welcome to KO Bets, the show where we discuss upcoming betting strategies for UFC events. My name's Bill. I'm here to help you make some money on tomorrow night's fights, hopefully provide you with a little bit of entertainment this evening. I appreciate you all tuning in. If you wouldn't mind, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate the support tremendously. Tonight, I gotta give an NFT update, right? So, we're still at 64 subscribers for the channel. We gotta recap last week's fight, which, let's just talk about it really quickly. I was very confident in Kai Kara-France. I took Kai Kara-France. It was a split decision. It was a close fight, but I thought Kai won a majority decision. Outstruck him. There was the one submission attempt, but okay, it's not a, I don't know. It was just a, visually, I'll say this, though. It didn't look like Kai was I thought he won the fight. So, the next fight we had was, Caceres, right? Oh, let's count our, we gotta figure out what our record was. So took the L on Kai. We got Caceres. We got Jim Miller, Tim Elliott won. I took Victor. I didn't think Tim was in the right headspace, but he did it. Silva win. Alizu, we lost that one. Lost Malarkey. Castaneda won. Lost on Andre Arlovsky. Took the flyer on Andre. Ends up just getting dusted. But let's see. Elise Reed, she won. Daniel Santos, he won. We took Luan Lacerda, and Damon came out and had a nice performance. And then Philip Lins with the win. So, not a great week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, this is a losing week. 5 and 6. It might be the first one of the year. Oh, wait. Still a losing week, but 6 and 7. Gotta turn one more page. Alright, let's do this week's UFC 289. I'm not super pumped about the main event. Amanda Nunes is really, really good. And that's kind of I didn't even make the main event the poll question. That's usually, it's something involving the main event typically, but it's just Amanda Nunes, if she's got her stuff together, if she's conditioned, she's gonna win this, no problem. If I go on mute periodically, it's because I'm still nursing this this head thing that I got going on. Now it's a cough. It's just been ongoing. I took a little bit of medicine, so hopefully that'll help. Drinking water, no booze. Diana Belbita taking on Maria Oliveira. Diana Belbita, she's on a 1-fight losing streak. She's 1-3 in the UFC. Maria Oliveira, she's on a 1-fight losing streak as well. She is 1-2 in the UFC. Yeah, I mean, looking at this matchup, it's probably one to stay away from. That's my opinion on it. I think Maria Oliveira, she might have a stand-up advantage. Diana Belbita, if either fighter can get a takedown at any point. If either fighter can get a takedown at any point, that'll probably seal the deal. I'm going to roll with Diana Belbita. I think it's going to be a close decision. Diana Belbita is the favorite at -125. And I'd have to agree with the odds makers. I think this does go the distance. And I like the Belbita decision, I guess, at +140 there. Probably a bet to avoid, though. Not gonna be silly. Before I get started, too, I took the Nuggets in Game 4 here, so we'll see. Not messing with the over/under line anymore. Just gotten burned by that, so just rolling with that. Who did I take? Did I take Arizona in the 2-run thing? I think I did. Or maybe I took Tampa Bay. I can't remember. But we'll keep an eye on the basketball game. David Dvorak taking on Steve Urkeg. Steve is making his UFC debut. He's on short notice here, taking on a top 10 ranked opponent, right? And David Dvorak, who's coming off of 2 losses, but has been fighting really, really good competitions. Steve is a really good grappler. I maybe he gives David Dvorak some issues on the mat, but I think you got to roll with David Dvorak, who's a pretty heavy favorite in this matchup. Just think he's going to be more well-rounded everywhere. This is a hell of a debut for Steve Urkeg. So I'm going to go with David Dvorak -265. Just think the step down in competition. He's good overall. I think it's a fight he should win. I would say the odds makers, are gonna like this to go the distance. I mean, what is Steve lost by? One decision. So, I mean, and prior to those 2 losses, look at this. Dvorak was ripping off wins. So, I don't know. Part of me kind of likes a finish in this fight. Like maybe a KO for Dvorak. We'll get through this. All right, I got to be more concise. David Dvorak. I mean, they're going with the decision. Steve's only loss was a decision. I'm going to say maybe a KO. Method of victory. At +300 there. Next fight, Kyle Nelson, the first Canadian of the card. They're fighting in Canada. I always recommend eating the home cooking, but Kyle Nelson's taking on Blake Bilder and in the UFC. He's just, I think thus far he's shown some pretty shaky cardio. Doesn't really have a really good stand-up approach, in my opinion. I think his best bet in this fight is probably going to be to get takedowns, just to grapple, stay in control, put Blake Builder on his back, just keep him there. But I think the longer this fight goes, the stronger Blake Builder gets and the weaker Kyle Nelson gets, and it's just a recipe for disaster for Kyle Nelson. If it does go to a decision, I think it could be a close decision in favor of Nelson if he's grappling, but I think just the pace, the output of Blake Builder, how tough he is, it's gonna give Kyle Nelson issues. So I'm gonna go with Blake Builder. Blake Builder is another favorite on this card. Minus 250. Yeah, inside the distance is interesting. I would have to agree with that. I think we see Blake Builder get probably a late knockout is what we see. Maybe it's a submission. Yeah, the odds makers like the submission. Probably just the late, tired Kyle Nelson submission. I might chase, instead of doing the minus 250, I might chase something like Blake Builder and just, see if I could get some better odds. Risk less, win more scenario. I do think Kyle Nelson, if he wins this fight, it's probably early. Maybe he hurts Blake Builder, puts him out, but if he's going to win a decision, he better have that grappling game going, and that might tire him out. It might tire him out even faster. Ayman Zahabi taking on Aori Kingling. Ayman Zahabi, he's on a 2-fight win streak. He's 3-2 in the UFC. Aori Kingling is on a 2-fight win streak. I understand I'm saying that very wrong. Aori Kingling. He's 2-2 in the UFC. He's on a 2-fight win streak, though. I like Aori. That's what we're gonna call him. He's got a lot of experience. He's tested. I think he's gonna have an advantage on the feet. Zahabi, he's got very low volume, and he's in comparison, and he's gonna need to get takedowns. That's what he's gonna need to do. Aori, not the best takedown defense. He has gotten taken down a few times. Both of these guys have never been, or I shouldn't say both of these guys. Aori's never been KO'd. I mean, he gets hit a lot, though. That's for sure. I'm going to go with Aori to win. Probably a decision. Odds makers like it to go the distance. Aori decision. Yeah, I just think Aori's really tough. He doesn't... I mean, he could potentially hurt Zahabi, but I think it probably goes the distance. Next fight we've got is Miranda Maverick taking on Jasmine Jasavadius. Jasmine is on a 1-fight win streak. Miranda Maverick is on a 2-fight win streak. Looking at this fight, this is another close matchup. I think that, wow, the odds are minus 295 for Miranda Maverick. I mean, Miranda Maverick's going to have a stand-up advantage. I think grappling-wise, she'll be fine on the mat. The question is like, is she going to get taken down and just fight off of her back the whole entire match? Or is she going to keep it standing, fend off takedowns, not end up in bottom control when she is there? She's got to scoot out, either reverse, stand up. Just don't get stuck underneath Jasmine if she's shooting for takedowns. Jasmine, that's the way she's gonna win this. Holy cow, 5'7" compared to 5'3". Huge frame advantage for Jasmine. That could be advantageous in the grappling department. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna avoid this one, but and I'm gonna go with. I will go with Miranda Maverick, who is the favorite. I think if you can just not get stuck underneath Jasmine, she's going to win this fight pretty easily. I do like the decision as well. Odds makers do like this to go the distance as well at minus 330. Yeah. Maybe a close decision, like a split decision, maybe. So far, we're going against Canada. 3 straight fights against Canada. The next fight is Nasruddin Imavov taking on Chris Curtis. Nasruddin's coming off the loss to Sean Strickland. I'm a big fan of Nasruddin's fight style, though. He just got kind of outworked and picked apart against Sean Strickland. Of course, now he's fighting Strickland's training partner and teammate Chris Curtis, who's on a 1-fight losing streak. Just lost to Calvin Gastelum. I mean, I like Chris Curtis. I like Nasruddin a lot. I think this is going to be a pretty interesting fight. Chris Curtis is super technical always. Nasruddin's really tough. Chris Curtis is really tough. I think this fight's going to play out on the feet. Yeah, it's a really interesting one. I do worry about Chris Curtis's output. It looks like he throws a lot, but it just seems like, I don't know, it just seems like sometimes he gets outworked if his opponent's elusive. If Nasruddin can frustrate him, and last the 3 rounds, I think he's more likely to win a decision. So I'm gonna roll with Nasruddin. Yeah, Chris Curtis, I think, needs to just be, stepping on the gas a little bit earlier. I feel like he's a good, like, 2nd round, 3rd round fighter, but definitely a slow starter. I would say this does go the distance, just because both guys are really tough. And I'm going to roll with Nasruddin, I said. Odds makers agree that it will go the distance. I mean, I kind of like that better at minus 165 than taking Nasruddin straight up. Just who cares who gets the decision? They're both tough. They'll both make it there. Chris Curtis, his fights are very, I feel like, technical too, as of late. He rolls with a lot of the shots, for sure. Good defense, but it seems like he's getting hit. Marc-Andre Barriault taking on Eric Anders. Eric's on a 1-fight win streak. Marc-Andre's on a 1-fight win streak. You know, we took Nasruddin last fight. He's French. Maybe that's... Where are they fighting? Vancouver? I don't know if that's French Canada or what it is, but you know, we took Nasruddin. This will be... I'm going to take Marc-Andre in this fight. I think Eric Anders really tough. Marc-Andre really tough. But it's just going to come down to the work that each fighter puts in. And I think Marc-Andre is going to be the more active person. I think he's going to be stronger the longer this fight goes. And I think Eric is going to get worse and worse. I think how Eric wins this is just getting takedowns and holding down Marc-Andre, but, you know, cannot tire himself out on the feet. Got to get his respect and probably hit him with something hard, which Eric does have a lot of power, but I'm going to roll with Marc-Andre to win this fight. Just like his cardio, like his boxing. I think this is a good matchup for Marc-Andre. He's at minus 130. Yeah, both guys are pretty tough, so odds makers like it to go the distance. I could agree with that. Yeah, and I'm going to go with the Marc-Andre decision. At plus 165, I'd probably just take money line or that the fight does go the distance at minus 150. Dan Ige taking on Nate Landwehr. Dan Ige, he's coming off of a 1-fight win streak. I forget who he beat. Was it Damon Jackson? Yeah. Damon Jackson. He's a good boxer, Dan Ige. Really, really good boxer. He's taking on Nate Landwehr, who I'm just gushing over. Not really. But he's just a funny dude. He's just a funny dude. We can say that. He's goofy as hell. And this is totally going with my heart. He's on a 3-fight win streak. I think he's going to be competitive in any fight he gets into. If he wants it this fight, he's going to have a grappling advantage. You know, the question is his chin gonna stand up to Dan Ige? I think Dan Ige is really, really tough. So, gosh, I'd love to say someone's getting knocked out in this fight, but it just might be a 3-round battle at the end of the day. But I'm gonna roll with the underdog, Nate Landwehr. Nate's at plus 225. Odds makers don't like it to go the distance. I mean, I think if it... Oh, yeah, if you like Dan Ige, I think the knockout's probably feasible, simply because Landwehr is very hittable. He'll take one to dish it out. So I kind of get it. But I like probably the Nate Landwehr decision at plus 450 is what I'm leaning with, but we'll see. That's the underdog pick. And we also had, oh no, that's it. The next fight we've got is Mike Mallet taking on Adam Foguet. Mike Mallet coming into this fight, he's what? 9-1-1. The dude's a machine, like a round one machine. I think. Let's see. Wait, I don't have any stats on him. We should just look at his sure dog. Yeah, look at this. Round 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 3, 1, 1, 1, 1. Just all ones. Round 1 finishes, even when he lost. So I feel like he's just the type of dude who gets in fights where someone's going out. I think Adam Fuggett, he's pretty tough. But I don't know. Mike Mallett's really good. He's a good wrestler, big power on the feet. Fuggett's got really good cardio, which I guess we could say we haven't seen Mike Mallet in the second round, third round, but I don't know. It's just hard to... And I don't even like his resume. Like, I think this is definitely Mike Mallett's toughest test, I believe. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, Akeem Dawodu. That's a tough test. But, yeah, it's... I don't know. It's a sketch finish, I think, more than the money line. Mallett's at -205. Odds makers do not like it to go the distance. Yeah, that's -400. What was the fight line? -265 for under 2.5. Might be a parlay piece. I don't know. It'd be fun to sprinkle like the Adam Fuggett inside the distance. Let's see what that's at. Only +275. Yeah, I think it's a... I think he'll pass it, but I think it's a tough test for Mike Mallet. The next fight we've got is Charles Oliveira taking on Beneil Dariush. Charles is coming off of his loss to Islam. We kind of know what he brings. He's got an exciting style. Fights standing up. Terrific grappler. Just very accomplished too. Really, really good fighter. Yeah, I think when I look at Charles, I just think like all of his fights always have an exciting pace. There's a lot of drama in them, and I just think Charles is a really, really fun fighter. And then Beneil Dariush. Gosh, this guy he's scary. He's on an 8-fight win streak. I really like his skill set against Charles in this matchup. The counter striking. I think he might test the jiu-jitsu, test the ground game of Charles. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I think if he wants to, he could get takedowns. I think we've seen Charles dropped quite a few times, and Beneil Dariush is really tactical, and he hits really hard. The counter striking was just on point in his last fight. So it's definitely a interesting fight. I feel like just seeing Charles get dropped in like every single one of his fights, I'm rolling with Beneil Dariush, and I'm rolling with him to win via KO. So Beneil's at minus 150. Odds makers don't like it to go the distance. I agree with that for sure. I think someone's getting put away. And then the Dariush KO is plus 215. I'd have to agree. We're almost through this. The next fight we've got is the main event. We've got Amanda Nunes taking on Irene Aldana. Amanda coming off of her win against Juliana Pena, who I think she was supposed to be fighting. But now it's Irene stepping in. She's on a 2-fight win streak. I think skill for skill, Amanda Nunes is just better everywhere. So I'm going to roll with her to win this fight. I think she could do it inside the distance. Yeah, I'm going to roll with Amanda Nunes. Minus 320. I don't really give Irene any shot. And then as far as, the over-under, I think Amanda, I think I like inside the distance, right? Maybe that's what I'll do. No, at minus 225. Worst case scenario, up and you get that. I don't know. I'm gonna roll with Amanda though, probably as a parlay piece. To be honest. I'm just seeing hypothetically. Interesting. Yeah, I'll probably use her as a parlay piece. If you see my mouse, you can follow my Twitter. Let's get into trending topics. I'll post my picks tomorrow morning for UFC, my official bets. What's going on in this game? Yeah. I'm glad I didn't do the over-under. It's just the Heat have a way of slowing down the game. It's crazy. I think it's a Thibodeau thing. All right. What do we do? Let's explore trending. Devers MLB. Don't know. Hashtag drops. Some sort of crypto thing. Why is Hillary trending? Yeah, basically, Trump is getting indicted because he I don't really get this tweet, but it is rather crazy that like every single, I shouldn't say every single, but Bill, George, Obama, Trump, Hillary even, she was never president, and Joe Biden, like all have been, like have taken documents home. Supposedly Trump declassified them all prior to leaving office, so like it wasn't, I don't know, that's one of the things he said in his town hall speech, but regardless, it's kind of it's just kind of this one. There's this one-sided trying to um like they're weaponizing the DOJ. So it's kind of crazy. I'm dying. It's from talking. Have a All right, happy Friday. That's rough.